Hi, I'm John. This is about to be some Castlevania. So, a couple weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, I streamed this because it had been a long time since I played it. Had a pretty good time. Yeah. Somebody asked me during the stream if I'm ever going to do yeah, I understand that. The Alucard, basically the Castlevania 3 run of it, and I don't think I actually unlocked it after finishing the game. I thought I did. No. And I like to do that. Let's do that. First, I think I need to figure out how to unlock it. Julius mode, that's it. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. That's what it's going to look like. Okay, so Julius mode. It's been a long time. I remember practically nothing about Julius mode. Uh-oh. And I think I screwed up something on my stream over there, but who cares? It's all right. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine, everybody. Are we? Fuck it. Let's go. Julius mode. He's already got a double jump, folks. Does he have a... No? All right. Do I have to collect everybody else? I think I must. I know he's already got a double jump. He's already got a slide, I'm assuming. Yeah. All right. Does he have a run? No. Backdash, of course. Hey, it's a safe room. I can't remember if you got to collect the other characters or not. Well, you know what would have been nice here? The axe. That's all right. All right. Maybe I didn't need the axe. I guess I didn't need the axe. Whoa, alright, I finally took a hit there. Ah. Whoa, your boy took a mean hit there. Oh, that hurts a lot. Getting 4 levels in 1 kill, though. Can't beat that. Alright, I can already double jump over that. Dude, where's Yoko and Alucard and all those other cats? That's what we're looking for. Let's save the game anyway. Because I've been burned before. There's a dog. Warg, whatever. It's always more satisfying sliding into those guys than... Oh, where's the... guess we gotta get a long way. It's fine. Yeah, sliding into zombies instead of like standing there having to whip them. That's the way to go, man. Ain't got that kind of time. I'm already complaining about playing Julius mode, goddammit. Alright, let's see if we can find our pals. I do like that this game gives you not so subtle hints about what you need to go forward. Alright, guy. Another save room, that's fine. But pausing the game doesn't tell you what and when your next level up is gonna be. That's kind of lousy. I guess we're just gonna have to live with it. Hey, what's up? How rude of you. You're right. I'm sorry. I'll solve that problem. Oh, you just have the other weapons all the time. Okay. That's it. All right. We're on to something here. Dare I say, oh no, he's not here. Huh, all right. If it's gotta be this way. I'm not leveling them up individually in my, thank God, okay. Okay. I think I've gotta, there's got to be another warp I got to unlock to get to this one first, right? Yep. Okay. That's no problem. Ain't no thing. That's what I get for scratching my nose. I almost got hit by a table. We've all been there, I'm assuming. Whoa. All right. Okay. May as well map this. This is self-contained. What's up, fellas? Yeah, that just unlocks for you. That's convenient, I suppose. Onward. Just getting hit by bats over here, as you do. Okay. Julius already packing that double jump. Am I going to level up again? Do you only level up fighting bosses? It can't be true, right? That can't really be a thing. I mean, I guess it is, but let's find some other bosses to kill, I suppose. Open up. Julius's walk animation is kind of awkward. Look at that. So it's got a weird lack of fluidity to it. Let's look at Yoko's. Oh, alright, whatever. Yeah. I mean, it's not terrible, but Again, self-contained. That's what we're looking for. Whoop. Shit. Can I get over that? All right, good enough. It's kind of fun. Oh, this slide. Doing that good work. What's up, Revenge? Oh, she's kicking upward. Huh. How you doing, buddy? Oh, that was a waste. Great. Now, how the hell do I get out of here? Oh boy. Oh my god. For real? She can't even break through them. Dracula. She can't even break through them. I think did I just soft lock myself out of this game? No, thank God. Okay. Well, we've learned a valuable lesson here. Boy, this is kind of shitty. This is really sucky. This part, not this game. This game is fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Doing all right. So, Revenge, my man. I've decided to, perhaps, I don't know if I'm gonna. The voting is still not complete, but I might expand the YouTube channel to include stream dumps. We're still going to do stream highlights, lowlights as shorts once a week. But maybe just open a separate channel just for... I do level up. It just takes forever. Open a separate channel just for, like, you know, whole streams kind of deal. Makes reviewing matches easier. Yeah, I mean, I usually get a good, I don't know, 20, 30 people a week. I'd still watch the VODs on Twitch, but, you know, expand that to a larger crowd. So more people can see me screw up. Eyeballs. That's the way to do it, man. Whoa, all right, go that way. Yeah, just kind of expand the viewership a little bit. Because I'm shallow and I need validation. No. I mean, that's not entirely it, but there's a part of it to them, you know. I ain't gonna lie. But, yeah, I need to... Yo, Yeezus, what's poppin', man? Because I know that it takes, like, the stuff that I like to... We'll say the stuff that I like to make on the internet. It has been it's been a minute, buddy. You been all right? You doing good? Hey, I can't go this way yet. The more handcrafted video content I make takes a lot of time. And that didn't pan out. That was convenient, though. So if it's kind of another way to keep people engaged while I do create that other content, then I'm all for that. Everything's fine, very busy. I get that, man. I get that. Oh, here we go. Boss time. Give it to me. Whoop. Save the game. And this may be a little bit pandering to my audience, but, you know, people like when I play Castlevania games, and people wonder why I don't annotate more Castlevania games. And I've answered this a bunch of times before, but it is just playing the hits. Like, Symphony of the Night had so much stuff in it that gets basically repeated in other games, or the other games just don't do the things that Symphony of the Night has done, that I think doing what I have done to Symphony of the Night to the other further Igavania games would just be redundant, and you would not like to watch them. That's the answer. So it's more fun for me to just stream them. It's for us to all enjoy them. Duck, pal. There it is. All right, let's go mess this guy up. I'll get uppercutted. Yep. Whoa, that was close. That was close. I almost got drilled right there. Whoa, that was also close. How did I not get popped there? Feels better this way, Jesus says. And I tend to agree. Thank God I don't have to do those in this mode. The seals suck. Oh, there's nothing beyond this. I keep forgetting that. I got one whole level up out of that boss fight. Okay, whoop, get in there. I mean, is there a point to killing bosses in this game? I don't know if there really is. This is more like a speedrunner's delight, right? Yeah, we're doing Julius mode. I streamed the full game a couple weeks ago. I did it in a couple of sessions. And I did forget how much I enjoyed this game, especially now that the Dominus collection is out. Oh, all right. 1.5, I'll say. And doing the seals is much more tolerable. Whoa, guy. Take it easy, Frank. Yeah, this is one of the good ones. I like Aria of Sorrow better, I think, but this is still way rad. This game is very good. All of them are good in their own way, right? DS Castlevanias are pretty good. Yeah, the DS Castlevanias, I think, if we're in terms of volume, I think the DS Castlevania games are the best group of them. Bang for your buck, we'll say. Whoa. I streamed Order of Ecclesia when this collection was brand new, and I got the bad ending, and I'm like, okay, that's enough of that. Oh, I've played them all. My man, I've played them all. I used to have a real soft spot for Circle of the Moon, but I understand how people don't love that game either. That game's got some problems. But I think it's still got a cool, very weird vibe to it that I appreciate. Oh, this is 1000% not worth it. I played it when it was brand new. So when we're talking about Circle of the Moon now, I was in college when Circle of the Moon came out. When the Game Boy Advance came out. Yes. Oh my God, that made things so much more tolerable. Should we do that? Fuck it. Let's go. Well, we still got to find the other guys. Are they even close to... No, I'm here, whatever. Yeah, I was in college when the Game Boy Advance came out. Circle of the Moon was a launch or close to launch title. It's the Garden of Madness. I was working at a Chili's. They have baby back rib fame. And in the strip mall kind of shopping plaza that the Chili's was located was a GameStop, and that was, I think, the only time in my life where I like actively chose, like, I'm not paying my rent this month, I'm buying video games, because I loved Symphony of the Night so much, and I really wanted to play Circle of the Moon, because basically Circle of the Moon was like, you know, the next Symphony of the Night. Or Symphony of the Night like, I suppose. So yeah, I pissed off my roommates quite a bit by not paying my rent and buying a used Game Boy Advance and a used copy of Circle of the Moon. 16 hit points. Hey, Zeus. And at the time, I found it to be worth it. And every time finally, a warp room. All right. Let's see if Hammer's there. My roommates were not happy with me, but my roommates were cool guys. So they would eventually also play my Game Boy Advance, and they were like, okay, this was a fair trade. So, whatever. So Circle of the Moon has a special place in my heart, even though I find it a little tougher to play every year, every time I try it. I used to be a staunch online defender of Circle of the Moon, but like in my age, I'm like, yeah, that game's got problems. It's there is a vibe to it. I like that game though. I still like it. Oni Ramen, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? I think that game would be unenjoyable to stream. That game is not. There are aspects of that game I think that are super neat and fun to watch, but like, it's a pretty challenging game, right? Oh, I think this is a water thing. Like, whatever. Like the fact that there is no in-game economy. Like, you can't just buy healing items, you have to grind for them, makes it pretty slow going. Corpse weed. So I don't think you guys would love me streaming that, but who knows, maybe we'll do it someday anyway. Who knows. Anyway, as I was saying, there you go, I can kick. I streamed Order of Ecclesia when this collection was new a year or so ago. And I got the bad ending, and I kind of stopped it from there because I just wanted to move on to stream something else. But like, Order of Ecclesia is maybe, yes, that's nice, maybe my favorite DS Castlevania game, because it's very unique. Like, fan of Aria of Sorrow. I like Aria of Sorrow. Aria of Sorrow is easily the best of the Game Boy Advance games, like by a landslide. Yeah, I bet it was. Open up. Anyway, I'd like to get back to, yeah, I took that hit like a chump. I'd like to get back to doing Order of Ecclesia again. So, I mean, maybe this will be our Wednesdays for the near term. Because, you know, we're doing it for the people. You guys like watching me play Castlevania games. I like playing Castlevania games. So give them what they want, right? All right. All right. Let's go up this way. I think I need Alucard to get in there. I think I need to turn into a bat. Or maybe that's just blocked off from this side of the screen. Whoa, why did I double jump there? Why did I do it again? Am I doing the Annotated Dawn of Sorrow? Sorry, no. But, hi, Mamoli. Sorry, I'm not. I like this game a lot, but if you followed the Annotated Symphony of the Night, annotating any of the other Igavania games would simply bore you. And that is not a lie. That's not a joke. Although they're cool, I like them. I explained this a second ago. It would just be, it's too redundant. Like, there's too much stuff that overlaps between these games. Is this worth it? I don't think it is. There's too much overlap between the games, and I don't think any of the further games do as many interesting things as Symphony of the Night. Yeah, that's not worth it. Whoa! But you're welcome to hang out and tell me how bad of a job I'm doing. I'm only taking 1 hit point? That's fine. Because I haven't played Julius mode in a long time. What did I miss? A wild announcement? No. You missed me not announcing anything. Come here. I think that enemy sprite sort of, kind of originated in Circle of the Moon. Maybe we're live annotating it right now. Maybe that's just what's happening. Oh, good. I can one-hit those things. All right, let's go. Go time. Open up. Cup of coffee. More than a couple of years ago, a bunch of years ago. Oh my God. I did kind of sort of live annotate. Oh man. Demon Souls. Way before the remake came out, I did that live on Twitch. It was like an all-day affair. Why can't I? Hang on. Here we go. Annotated Symphony that is a masterpiece of video game. Thanks. Thank you very much. It is kind of turned into my weird claim to fame. It's my Sistine Chapel. Whoa, guy. Hey, that was a waste of a shot. Maybe I should not be standing so close to this guy. Yep, I think that's the secret. You do have to approach these things a lot more differently in Julius mode. Oh, son of a bitch, I did it again. Planning to watch the full Annotated Symphony. Oh yeah, whenever you get a chance. It is on the internet. At least for now, the internet has chosen not to take it down. I'm not going to bother with you. Although that's always a threat. It is the internet after all. Oh, come on, man. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Yes. Oh, I thought I had you figured out. I walked right into that. Oh, I'm such a dope. We'll get this guy. I distinctly remember playing this the first time, Julius mode, and having a real problem with Abaddon at the end of the game. You know, when you go into the Chaos Realm, and then there's the Lord of the Flies or King of Locusts or whatever guy, which is a kind of a gnarly boss fight that I appreciate a lot. Does that go the distance? Of course it doesn't. That was a real waste. There it is. Yes, the laugh is definitely getting on my nerves. Oh, I thought I thread the needle there. I did not. Bogus. I gotta stop trying to pull that. Okay. Oh, I did. I have to play a little bit more conservatively here. Hang on. I'm sorry. It's going to be a little bit more boring to watch. We're playing the long game, folks. Well, not anymore. Let's go. You do get a whoa, that was close. Surprisingly little amount of EXP from killing bosses. I've killed a fair amount of enemies so far. All right, we got to find our other dudes pretty soon. But, you know, I'm getting the vast majority of my levels from killing bosses. Oh my god, she took a lot of hits. 5 hits. Whoa, I hope you give a lot of experience. That's the other thing. We don't know. Oh, Alucard. Adicado. You're late, Julius. Yes, failure isn't an option. I need your help. Okay, now we're into it. Julius mode. What's up, Alizard? Alizard. I am going to butcher that. Hi. Thanks for hanging out. This is the show. Your pal needs to find a save room right about now. I know that this... Oh, it is one. Look at that. A lizard in crimson. I can call you Lizzie. What's up, Lizzie? Sorry about that. I'm sorry. I'm much dumber than I look. Oh man. All right. Let's see if can Alucard fly? I guess it doesn't matter. Well, let's see. All right. Alucard can fly. Smashing. All right, Alucard basically is his Castlevania 3 appearance. Got it. Okay. The sword swing is much slower than I was expecting. Oh, and it's not as powerful as Julius. Good to know. No apologies needed. I'm just drinking Haritos and eating a turkey sando while playing Super Robot Wars. There you go. Lizzie living that best life. I've never played a Super Robot Wars game. I know people. I'm friendly with people that are very into them, but I have never partaken myself. Partook? You know what I mean. First time I got to play with Alucard here, I was hoping to hear his voice on the PS now. I think that was at a point where Robert Belgrade was kind of dismissive of his role in some of these games, because he did have sort of a moment like that. Yeah, none of these rooms are worth going into, and if you're not collecting any items, it's... Last shot, what's up, man? More like living the unemployment life, but I'm alright. Well, I know how that goes too. Trust me. More like super unemployment wars, are we right? We are. So... Ouch, he says. It's too bad we didn't get an orange Julius mode. It sounds refreshing. There is an old-timey old man joke right there that me as an ancient human understands. All right, let's just completely... Oh, I can't. There is a hatch up there that I cannot open. Give me those levels. I really kind of wish Alucard's sword swing... Let's see how... Oh, that's not that great. Was as fast as him using the Alucard sword in the game. In Symphony of the Night, I mean. Of course you knew that I meant that. Yes, your boy can fly through that. But we take what we can get. Alright, it's not that bad. Symphony of the Night video is just absolutely crazy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It burned a good amount of my life away putting it together. It is slow, but it works. Oh man, that was a big hit. So I had a baby. I had my daughter when I made the Symphony of the Night video. And the fun part, well, fun in scare quotes, the fun part about making that is that I basically did everything on my newborn's time, right? So she's taking a nap, I have exactly 1 hour to play through all of Dracula's Curse and record it. If I cannot finish this in an hour, I have to wait until her next nap. So, like, Saturdays, my wife would be working, and I would be sitting around in my house, like, looking at my kid like, please fall asleep. Please. I fed you. I've changed you. Fall asleep. And then I would, like, literally tear through as much of X game as I could, because I needed to get footage from all of the previous Castlevania games for that to work. So we can thank my kid for my lack of hair, because it was all stress all the time. I'm running out of time. I need to mow the lawn and play through Simon's Quest. I just got the Dominus Collection for the... That's a good birthday gift. Man, I'm glad you can use button input. For real. Yeah, that is... I like this game, but I definitely do not love... Come here. Definitely do not love the old-timey way of doing things, we'll say. You know, the tiny screen for all the sigils and stuff like that. Oh, what a nightmare. We might be switching back to Julius here in a second. Ooh, that was close. Oh, I'm screwed. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, I think Alucard is the way to go here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Learned our lesson. You know, I barely used Yoko. It seems that, like, all of these characters basically use the same attack cadence. But she should be the most powerful. Whoa, yup. No, or not, whatever. Alright. Mulligan. I think Alucard is the way to go here. He attacks fast enough. I think that might be the way to do it. At least it was kind of sort of working out the first time, and I switched because I was impatient. Yeah. Come on. Let's go. Yeah, this is the way to go. Whoop. Ah. Come here. Okay. That's the thing. I don't think the bosses in this game are really that hard once you get sort of the pattern recognition down. I don't really think that they're that bad. I think the main hindrance really was the seals, the magic seals system. I should probably have saved the game. Oh my god. Where am I? I should probably save the game. This is not a save room. 1 second, Lizzie. Here we go. But then I started with Symphony of the Night and Legacy of Darkness, so we were very unfamiliar with all the references to previous titles in 1999. It wasn't until when I went to Mr. P's Castlevania Realm 20 years ago now, I got a basic understanding of Symphony's pedigree within the mythos. Yeah. Symphony of the Night essentially cemented the mythos, if you want to kind of put it in those terms. Good, I'm one-hitting those things. That makes me feel good. Still 3 hits for you, though. And that's mostly because, you know, as we sort of know now, it was pretty much going to be the end of that timeline. Did I not go this way? I guess not. Which I think makes it a very interesting game. Like, I kind of like... Espressivo. I guess I sort of like... Please die. Yeah? I'm just taking hits for no reason here. It's interesting to me, I think, when video games have or think they have a certain endpoint. Only Julius can break that. I understand that now. All right. Ugh. You can't switch in midair. And that is a weird, that is definitely a weird quirk of mine that is sort of carried on through the years. Like, probably my two favorite definitely my two favorite video games ever are Symphony of the Night and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. I'm screwed. This is why you save the game, guys. Both games sorry, we didn't need to go up that way anyway. Both games were essentially like the end of the line as far as those respective series went, in favor of new and different things. Whoa, guy. Come on. Oh man, I took some unnecessary hits there. And I think it is interesting when a developer, really any artist, is given like basically an end game task that, like, if this thing doesn't work out, that is it. X thing is over. I put myself in that position because I'm a dope. I find that very interesting. And in Symphony of the Night's case, it gave us what we can safely call a very, very good video game. That the people involved with it were like, all right, we got to go balls to the wall here. We have to put everything we possibly can into this game. And they did. And it shows. And it rocks. And in Third Strike's case, it was like, we need to fix this problem. Like, Third Strike... Oh, I still can't get up there. Third Strike was a game... Oh, well, that didn't pan out. With a specific problem to solve, in that, like, we want the party to continue. We want people to still be playing fighting games. We want people to be playing fighting games that we make, us at Capcom. But this one thing that we spent tons of money on, that would be Street Fighter 3 New Generation, just didn't work. It was not a good game, and people didn't love it. And so they spent a lot of time and a lot of extra money basically trying to solve that problem. Fuck no. Do I have to do this? Alright, this is just going to take me to the other side, and that is fine. Third Strike HD on PS3 almost 20 years ago. Was it that long? Oh, when did... Threevenge, are you still watching this? When did OE come out? When did Online Edition come out? Oh my god. My beard just sprouted like 10 more gray hairs. But people still didn't buy what Capcom was selling with Third Strike, right? Even though it is a great game. And the thing with Symphony of the Night, the difference really, I'm disappointed I missed out on Capcom trying to revive the Darkstalkers franchise. I bought that thinking I'm not really even a Darkstalkers guy. I just was sort of voting with my wallet for them to do something new, but whatever. But they said that's a Capcom thing to say. Die. I am just sitting here wasting time. The difference between Symphony of the Night and Third Strike, though, is that one game worked and the other did not. Right? We're just gonna go back through that. Like, I mean, it's sort of Konami's fault because the N64 games were just not great. I mean, they've got their fans, but people said, hey, we want to play this Castlevania game this kind of way. You guys figured it out. So that's why we have all these games that I'm now basically going to be streaming. But in Capcom's case, it got them out of the Street Fighter business. Third Strike, it just didn't take, which is a darn shame. It took a while for that comeback to happen. And I am done pontificating about this, because I'm sure it's not very fun for you all to hear. We got to save the game. I'm getting my face kicked in here. You want a Rival Schools game? I don't know what to tell you. I'd like to have a Rival Schools game too. I didn't really love the Rival Schools games to begin with, but I wouldn't mind a modern take on them. Be interesting to peer into another universe to see if the Bloodlettings 32X development panned out. Yeah, there's always that. You know, that secret hope that whatever they were kind of cooking up went somewhere. I more wish we had still 4 hits. For that, I'm grateful that we're watching. Well, thank you, buddy. Yeah, Lizzie, you bring up an interesting curio. Like, it's I think it's fine if it doesn't exist. It's fine if it didn't come out at this point, right? Like, there's no reason for us to complain about it. But I wish we had more to go on than what we have, right? I wish we've seen more of it. Kill this ghoul and that guy. Maybe not even seen more of it. I think I just sort of wish that people would talk more about it. Like, you know, Hagihara, I think is still alive. I think. I don't really know. And I'm pretty sure that he was involved to some degree. But what I'm more saying is that, like, Iga has said, like, very little about it. And there probably isn't really too much to talk about. But if there is, I'd like to know, right? We're all curious. He's probably forgotten more than he is willing to say, but, you know, yeah, he was sort of in touch with it. Like, he's the guy that, he's the only guy that said literally anything. And that was a long, long time ago. So I'm guessing at this point he's forgotten more than he can remember. So I think we're probably just going to have to just be happy knowing what we know and move on with our lives. Where am I? It's weird that that's there. I spent the vast majority of my time streaming this game in this area, and I'm pretty fucking sick of this music. Sorry. I'm sick of seeing it. I'm sick of hearing it. It's time for us to all just move on. Much like complaining about not knowing enough about the bloodletting. Getting Symphony out, its cancellation is pretty much like Royal Space Force's failure, giving us Gunbusters instead of Uru in the Blue. That is a deep cut right there. That is a deep cut. That's some good knowledge that I appreciate. Ooh. I don't think this song is in the main game. That's kind of gnarly. See? We are doing an annotated Dawn of Sorrow. It's happening right now. To a much lesser extent than I'm sure you really want. You're a turbo weeb. I like it. This is a safe place for that. Alright, let's mess this guy up. How do you deal with fire? Oh, pretty well, actually. We still haven't even found Hammer. Where the hell is that dude? I mean, we're basically just killing bosses. It's going after him. Watch, I'd find Hammer like right at the end of the game. All right, we've been going for an hour. It's 1 o'clock. I usually only stream for an hour. So when I stream, I usually do it on what was my lunch break to give people something to do on their lunch breaks. But let's go a little longer. Maybe we'll go to 2. We'll go a little bit longer to hang out, since this is the inaugural YouTube stream, I think. Ooh, just made it. So we'll go a little bit longer. Games like this, I'm happy to stream just for ever and ever and ever. Whoa! I took that hit like a chump. But you know, when I do my fighting game streams, I don't understand how like people can just play fighting games all day long on a stream, especially if they're playing competitively. Like I get like, all right, I'm learning a character, I'm going to stream myself in training just so I can get a handle on things, and that takes forever, even though I don't really necessarily think it's always the most fun to watch. But like playing ranked or whatever for like 6 hours at a time, like my nerves would be shot. I can't do that. I mean, I like playing fighting games. I love Third Strike. I am one of the only people that still likes Tekken 8, maybe. But like, I can't just sit there for like 2, 3, 4, 9 hours playing them. It just takes too much out of me. So I'll long stream something like this for like, you know, a FromSoft game or something, but I can't do it with fighting games, at least not anymore. Maybe there was a time where I could, but you know, much like when I was able to consistently one life Ninja Gaiden 1, that time has passed. I hate that these things take 2 hits. Get stronger, avocado. Oh my god. Where am I? Oh, we got a CBS question right here, or comment. Hang on a second. I got moderately decent at Super Turbo Revival, or whatever it was, on GBA, and CVS2 EO on Cube. I really like CVS2. I am not a CVS2 sicko, but it is a game that I love and respect. ST Revival on GBA is a cool, underrated kind of game. It's more of a curio now. Then add as soon as I replied. Oh, well, I'm still in like, you know, mumble mode while I wrap my head around what you just said. Ooh, the Dark Chapel. Let's go down this way. I like Capcom vs. SNK 2 quite a bit. I don't play it with any kind of like real competency. Well, that's not what I want. Whoa, man, Frank over here laying down the hits. Oh, speaking of fighting games. And I guess now is as good a time as any to really try to get down with that game with the collection that they put out. Nope, not worth it. Ooh. But ST Revival, there we go. That's something. Whoa, guy. All right. God damn it. It was covered up by the UI. I didn't see it. Come on. Damn it. This is probably totally useless. Yeah, ST Revival is a neat game. It's got unique backgrounds. First of all, oh, this isn't useless. I'm an old woman these days, so I don't have the patience for it. Yeah, you know, fighting games are a commitment. This was a mistake. I gotta find a save room like right now. At least I leveled up. Be a save room. All right. Yeah, I think that there are some other unique properties in ST Revival other than just like the cosmetic stuff. I can't tell you exactly what those are, but I really like playing Super Turbo on its own. Like I'll play it on Fightcade. I'll get my fucking teeth kicked in. But I really do like that game a lot. Watching tournaments of ST, especially in different languages, is the reason the internet exists. That is not a joke. Like, ST has a big following in France, of all places, and watching French dudes run tournaments is the best thing in the world. Just like listening to them lose their shit when something really good happens in a match. Smashing. Awesome. All right, gotta hit the bathroom. I'll be back in 1 second. Don't go anywhere. All right. Harumph. Might grab the collection to play with friends locally. Scoops and Haagen-Dazs. Another thing about the ST Revival game, I'm just not even going to mess with these guys. I don't have a choice, you jerk face. It was a good idea in theory. Really? Hang on. Oh, I'm taking a beating here. Oh my god. Thought I could pop up and just throw attacks at it. You're pretty mobile in the water. That's the way to go. That's the way to do it. You don't want the PS2 version of it. Trust me. I mean, it is something of a collectible, but the PS2 version of that game is not good. There we go. Let's save the game, shall we? Let's not be stupid. Oh, what I was saying about ST Revival is that it has very unique character art from a certain time in Capcom's life, we'll say. Oh, Jesus. How is Alucard better here? Arigato. That they just don't do anymore. Like, you can tell it was kind of like them trying to sort of emulate a late 90s, early 2000s American comic book art style. Like, lots of deep black lines, a lot of cross hatching, and it looks very cool. Almost kind of mean. I like it. It's just, I don't know if I want every piece of Capcom art to look like that, but like, I find it very cool that it exists. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on PS2 is... kind of a famous boondoggle. The Dreamcast version is basically the standard, or at least it was until the new version, this current version's out. But I'm not a tag fighter guy. I'm not a Marvel 2 guy. I don't disrespect it, but it has never been for me. I'm not even gonna... Whoa, all right. The guy who taught me how to play Third Strike competitively was a big Marvel 2 guy. Oh, he hits his head. That's kind of fun. And he always liked to tell me, like, learn to play Marvel, and you'll be better at every other fighting game you play. And to an extent, he was kind of right. just gonna go over these guys. Oh, come on. Because it's such a fast game. Could I not go down there? Like it teaches you how to play in a much quicker way at a different pace. I cannot go down there. All right, whatever. That is obnoxious. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I like playing that game. There's just too much happening. I liked Marvel 3 a little bit. Oh, I'm kind of blocked off. I gotta come from the other direction, don't I? That's fine. Tag mechanic is how I learned to parry with Terry. Parry Cruz. We're just gonna save the game here and move on. All right, still haven't found Hammer. See, he doesn't slam his head there. All right, so let's at least take this stream until we find Hammer. God damn it. One day I'll learn. One day I'll learn. Ah, see? Not this time. It's a little disheartening, but that's okay. Anticlimactic. Well, at least we mapped it. You stand on these? Finally. Some Castlevania normalcy. Whoa. Oh, okay, that was useless too. Alright. I guess we have to warp. Sorry, you can see me, my old eyes. Trying to peek at that tiny map on my right. Fireball. But where should we warp to? Whoops. All right. Get moving. Get moving. Oh, I almost had it, guys. There it is. All right. Where are we? Go to the middle of the map here. Take a right. Go back into the goddamn garden. I guess we'll do this. You know Hammer's probably over here. Let's go find that dude. Now that I can fly, I may as well take advantage of it. Oh, hey, I didn't even need to fly to get up here. Wah, wah, wah. What's up, peeping eyes? I didn't expect that for some reason. Nope, didn't need to fly to get up here. Well, it was the journey, not the destination, I suppose. Oh, all right. Bloodlines is your favorite. That is a good choice. Bloodlines is pretty great. That's enough of that. Of that style, of the proto-Metroidvania Castlevania games, it is probably my favorite too, if I had to choose. Either the first one, like the first NES game, or Bloodlines. I had a Genesis when I was a kid, so I don't really think it's that hard. Like, I mean, it's not easy, certainly. I think there are harder Castlevania games. Whoop. I don't mean to sound like a tough guy here, but... Or maybe that's just because I had that game as a kid and I played it a lot. Like, it's just sort of burned into me a little bit, but I never found it too terribly difficult in comparison. But I like the Genesis aesthetic, and I think it translates to a Castlevania game very, very well. Or I guess I should say the Castlevania aesthetic works very, very well with what the Genesis can do with the look of a lot of those games, with the sort of limited color palette. Got out of high school. And I think it was sort of also one of those sort of unfairly kind of shit on games for a long time, like unnecessarily. That makes me like get huffy and want to go up to bat for it. I wouldn't necessarily call it a noble failure, but I do wish that Konami... Oh, come here. Made more than just like, what, 3 or 4 Genesis games. I thought that was kind of criminal. Alright, where am I? Well, let's go this way. Into the garden, I suppose. Oh, right. I forgot. Bloodlines is a game I like an awful lot, so I'm agreeing with you. A game that I do not like a lot, and this seems to be sort of a weird, controversial opinion, is Castlevania 4. I think that game is kind of butt. I don't necessarily hate it, but I think as a Castlevania game, I certainly don't love it. Is there a boss in here? We need to save the game first before we find out the hard way. There isn't in the original, or the normal mode. And I say that because, I mean, I've never really made a secret about my disgust for that game, but was it last year, 2 years ago? I streamed a bunch of Castlevania games around Halloween, which is a perfect time to stream a bunch of Castlevania games. And I forced my way through that one. I'm like, this is not fun for me. This is not what I want. It's not a bad game. It really isn't. But like, all right, this is the waterway. I don't want to come in here just because I'm lazy. Castlevania 4 with a Super NES. I appreciate some of the things that it does, but I think that game is also unnecessarily difficult. I think that the difficulty curve gets pretty nutty in that game. Like, you know, everything is really manageable, and then like the later levels just get like just stupid. Yeah, there's nothing in here. All right. And so I never want to play it. I'll do it under duress. Under protest, I'll play Castlevania 4. Up York. Poor York. I knew him, Horatio. Alright. Whoa, guy, come on. Yeah. Also a Haunted Castle defender, but I won't disagree that it's unbalanced as hell. You're the only one that I've ever met. You stand up for the games that you like. That is perfectly fine. Haunted Castle is it's a rough go, in my opinion. Well, I guess I'm going this way anyway. I think every Castlevania fan should play Haunted Castle once. Yeah. Don't Wait Until Night is a bop. I'm gonna let you live with that one. I really don't like it. I don't like that game. Most people don't. This is not a controversial opinion. Damn. Those things take a lot of hits. The remake is pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised with the remake. I thought it was pretty good. Alright, good. One hitting those guys is good. I don't know. So I kind of go back and forth with this. I think about this a lot. Like, I'm not really sure if the remake necessarily was incredible by, or if we were all just pleasantly surprised that it was happening. Like, just the novelty of it was the best part, and that may be it, and that's okay. Both things can be true, but yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with the remake. Sometimes you just gotta let M2 do their thing. A lot of flack for not liking Order of Ecclesia, but I'm gonna give it another. I love that game. But I also understand how people do not like that game, and that is okay. That is fine. I was one of those early smug assholes that was like, if you like Souls games, you'll like Order of Ecclesia. I was saying that for years. And no one believed me. And look at us now. I will be streaming that game again sometime soon. Maybe I'll just do the DS games in order. Oh, shit. Because I'm going to comment on my YouTube channel. Somebody really went up to bat for Portrait of Ruin, which is kind of my least favorite among these. It's still not a bad game, but it's only kind of okay. I like the X68000 game too. I like the X68000 game, and I like Castlevania Chronicles quite a bit. I think that the rebalance of that game kind of solves a lot of the problems I have with the original one. That sucked. Alright, I think we're kind of in the shit right now. Hang on a second. How do I get through this? With these guys? I don't know. Let's find a save room before I find out the hard way. I think I need hammer. And that's not a joke. I think I might need hammer for that part. Huh. Yeah, I think I might need hammer for that part. All right, this song was definitely in the original version of this. The classic mode, I suppose. I got a Castlevania Chronicles soundtrack at a con for $40 or $50 ages ago, and usually on repeat. It includes the Roland Sound Modules version 2. It's pretty neat. That is very, very cool. I have one of the collections on CD somewhere. Oh, I know where. It's in my attic, because that's where all my CDs are. Your boy needs to find a save room real soon. Jerk face. Let's go this way first. If I were to annotate any of these games, it would... Nah, I don't want to say that. But, like... honestly, further annotating any Castlevania game... Thank God. Any Castlevania game after doing Symphony of the Night, especially in the post-Symphony of the Night Iga Oeuvre, I suppose, would just be redundant. Like, there is so much overlap between games and so little interesting stuff that happens in comparison to Symphony of the Night in the later games. You would be bored. It would just be like this same bunch of stuff over again. Like, we've already seen tons of enemies. These guys, for example, I don't think people would like it as much as you think you would. Like, that's going to be a okay, bats. Break glass in case of emergency moment for me. I'm more interested in annotating games, stuff from different franchises, different kinds of games. Oh, even though this is clearly a Gradius riff. Oh, I got grabbed. That's what was going to happen. And people like to see that stuff, and I understand that, but like, I think that you guys would just be bored if I did just the same bunch of stuff over again. Oh, we'll get that guy. Where are we going here? Back up. Oh, you can't just stomp with Alucard. Hang on a second. Sure, something like, oh my god. Yes. All right, let's stop right there. Doing a traditional turn-based RPG for the way I do the annotated video stuff is not tenable. It's not possible doing it that way, because like you're just constantly watching me walk around. Unless I severely edit the videos down, it's too much walking around doing nothing. And by that I mean like getting into random encounters, right? I like random encounters in video games. I think they're perfectly fine. I think for the purposes of how I make videos, an annotated Final Fantasy game would just be impossibly boring to watch. You would fucking hate it. You would not like it, right? If I had all the time in the world and somebody paid me to do it, basically, like I could just like support myself and my family by making videos like that, then yeah, I would do an annotated Final Fantasy and basically like, okay, here's an encounter, here are what goblins look like. Here's an encounter, here are what the unicorns look like. Here are what the wild horses or whatever. And I would do like maybe the first Final Fantasy game because of all the D&D references. I think that's kind of interesting. But that would take it would take forever. It would take forever and ever. What's up, Love It? We're talking about the videos I do on YouTube, man. Not I am more than just losing at Third Strike. Love it. But I think that would be really interesting to do, but it would take way more editing time than I personally have. And a lot more gameplay video capture than I would be willing to put into it. If that makes sense. Yeah. Having said that, if you work for anybody, I'm for sale. I'm happy to make those videos for you. It was a good idea in theory. Is there any way to really get away from that? Because I remember when I made the annotated Symphony of the Night initially, a lot of people are like, you should do The Witcher, you should do Chrono Trigger, you should do all of these like super long games. I'm like, there's no way I could do that and stay sane. It's not going to happen. All right, starting to think that, oh, I'm screwed. That's it. Julius is probably the character to use for this. Now, having said that, I have some ideas for some annotated stuff that would kind of lend to some creative editing. And I'm currently researching these ideas right now. And we can just say that they are RPG adjacent. All right, once more with feeling. Xanadu annotated, don't tempt me with a good time. That's not a bad idea, actually. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, Julius is the way to go here. Whoa, guy. No, oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Get out of it. God, that really hurts. Oh boy, I can't believe I got out of that. No! Boo! That's not worth it. Oh, come on. Boo. All right, we're going to try that again. We can't go out like that. Jeez. Just stood there and let it happen. Okay. Okay. I wonder if they put sorrow in the name. Oh my god, no. Oh, alright. Oh my god, she takes a hit. Oh, but she recovers health? Oh no, she doesn't recover health. She can't stomp. This was a mistake. Oh, you can't stomp on that. Get over there. Oh, I thought that was going to change. Yeah, something like that. Remember earlier when I was like, these bosses aren't that bad. Oh. That's right. There you have it. I mean, do I have to kill these bosses? Or is it just a matter of, like, getting to the end in Julius mode? Because if it's one thing over the other, I need to kill this thing for my own sanity. That's right. My copy of Xanadu somewhere, I was kind of hoping it would come to Switch Online so I could use save states. That game, yeah, could probably use save states. I haven't gone through it completely in a lot of years. Yeah, it's been a pretty long time. Okay, so I cannot... What's down and to the right? Okay, we've got other places we can go. You can always go up from there, which I don't really think is worthwhile. Yeah, Xanadu is a really good game. In the proto-Metroidvania way about things. This is handy. We mapped it. Yeah, but I haven't played it in a long time. It's not the easiest game to get around, from what I recall. Yeah, that's the spike room. Let's see if we can... And I think there are ways to sort of like soft lock your progress, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. It's been a long time. But Xanadu, I think, is interesting. Whoa, like a dope. In this context, anyway, in that because it's a Xanadu game, right? It is part of a larger series that could be worth exploring. And would be pretty manageable, I think, from a research and such standpoint. Research and such, that's a term. Open up. Yeah, let me think about that. Where am I? Fish. That came out before or after Zelda 2. I can't remember for the life of me. Good question. I want to say it was after. At least in Japan, I think it was after. I think. I could be wrong about that too. I certainly remember playing it after Zelda 2 as a child, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. My old addled brain can't keep track. Internet says 1987, and I'm fairly certain that is after. Kick him. Oh, did I basically come here for no reason? It's certainly looking that way. Oh, all right. Still not worth going this way. I do have to go up and to the right over there eventually. Because again, I'm not really convinced that you need to... Sure. I'm not convinced that you need to kill all the bosses. I think you just need to get to the end of the game. Look at the wiki for the game, and I would be 100% buy a print of that box art alone. It would make for a cool poster, that's true. I'm behind you on that. Oh, you are going to get hit with fireballs. Or not, whatever. Whoa. Fish. Killer fish. Alright. Definitely been here before. There was something to the right over there that I missed, but I'm not going to go all the way back right now. Because we have a warp right in front of us. Let's use it. Alright. Okay, let's go this way. It is almost 2 o'clock. We went almost 2 hours anyway. Look at us. Just living that long stream life. Yes, one hit kill these things. This will at least answer the question. If I have to do anything specific or just get to the end of the game. And if it's just get to the end of the game, we might just stream this until the game is over. If I can survive. Nope. I have to do something specific. I likely have to kill all of the bosses or something, or maybe at least find Hammer. Maybe that's the secret. I gotta suck it up and find Hammer. You start putting my winter betting away and clean. The story segment in Super Robot Wars is kind of going on a bit longer than I wanted to. That is a feeling I understand. Is he an MC Hammer? I've often wondered that myself. Oh, that sucks. I was going to make some please Hammer don't hurt him jokes. Why did I put myself in this situation? A little bit earlier, but I didn't. And we're all the worse for it. I gotta tell you, for as infrequently as I level up in this, when it happens, I'm always like, you know, just a teensy bit delighted. Like, look at me, getting stronger all the time. Look at us. Look at us just pulling it off, right? Getting beefy. It's gonna be a no. Die. Nope. No. No, no. Get over there. Look at that. Look at us. You know, working our glutes and hammies and whatnot. Putting levels on. I knew I was going to run into this thing eventually. There's going to be another one up here. Get it. Come on. Come on down. That PC port of Symphony will have Saturn Maria playable or Chronicles Maria playable. I think that that is a great question. If I know Konami, and I don't, but let's assume for a second that we all do, they are going to port Requiem for PC. I'm gonna say with 85% certainty that is what we're gonna see. I do think that Symphony of the Night is probably gonna come to PC, and I do think it's gonna happen this year since it's the 40th anniversary. If they don't do it, I would be legitimately surprised. Having said that, I think Konami is kind of the type of company to take the easy way out on some things, and for once I honestly don't blame them for doing this. That like the Requiem version, the Dracula X Chronicles version, it's right there, it's done. It's just a matter of like basically putting it on Steam for them. I think they've essentially disowned the original PSX version. I, would love to have like a Sega Ages version of Symphony of the Night where like, here's the PS1 version in English, here's plus the Saturn version in native Japanese with some fixes, if you know what I mean. And here's the Requiem version kind of thing. Having all three of those, basically just dump them all out there, like do practically nothing to them other than hopefully fixing the Saturn version. Just put them all out on Steam as like one big collection with Dracula X and with the 2.5D Dracula X version, which I don't think is very good, but like I think it's neat that it exists. Just put them all out there, like make one big collection out of it. Let M2 run wild with it a little if they want to spend a little extra cash on it. But even if they don't do those things, the Requiem version is perfectly fine. I think that's what we're going to get. It's just going to be just that. And that's okay. All right, let's kill this thing. Back up. All right. But we'll see, right? I've been wrong about these things before. Oh, I can't turn into Yoko right now. I would have loved to just fried this guy on the way down. Whoa, that hurt. Oh, the farts. I forgot. Oh my god, I thought it was going to fart on me at close range. Only I get to do that in elevators. Now. All right. A lot of Switch owners feel left out over Requiem. I'm lucky enough to own the PS1 version on PS Classics on PS3 and Requiem on PS4. Yes, at this point that is fairly lucky. I have the PS4 Requiem version. I bought that basically out of a sense of duty. I own Symphony of the Night like 5 times over. I have the original PS1 disc that my parents gave me when I was 17, when the game was brand new. That was the one. I can count on one hand how many times my parents have bought me a video game as a gift. And that was one of them. Let's see. Well, I have the PS4 version. I've got the Dracula X Chronicles on PSP. I have a Saturn disc. That's 4. Because it's really the only, other than the PS Classics version on PS3, that's all I can own, I suppose. So waiting on N64 games to be released. I think that's going to happen sooner or later too. Yeah, I think that's going to happen eventually as well. I mean, it's kind of like Capcom, really, at this point. Like, you know, it's just a matter of time when they repackage all of this stuff. And, I mean, they're basically just babysitting IP at this point, so why not? Just, you know, make a series of Criterion, like, this level's going to suck without healing. This is going to be garbage. Yeah, just make like how the Castlevania games have been doing it thus far. Make like a bunch of collections out of it, and just, you know, if people want them, great. If people don't want them, fine. But at least they're there. At least they're out. You don't have to protect your IP anymore. You don't have to, I shouldn't say that. You don't have to necessarily. Whoa, that was close. Who's the fastest runner? Oh my god, I can't believe I pulled that off. Alright, I think that there is a... Yeah. I mean, basically you're protecting copyrights at this point, not necessarily IP. I misspoke. So just do it. Put them out. Who cares? Right? Whoop. Up is where I want to go. Again, who's the fastest runner? Actually, Alucard's bat form might be the way to go here. Ah. But I guess we'll see. I don't know. I don't work for these guys. And what they do with their stuff is their business. Oh, we could be turning into a bat pretty soon. Yep. Whoop, nope. Arigato. All right, bugbear. Yeah. There we go. I suppose I could do this. Let's go here first. I don't really think that there's much to go on. That was close. Oh, this is where I want to be. Well. Okay, more bosses to kill. Let's go. I think Julius is the boss killer. I mean, I'm sure there's a argument to be made in favor of Yoko, but he seems to be the most consistent. Whoa. Nah, I should not have taken that hit. Go over there. Oh, I did that like a dope. Oh. That was that. Compared to the bat, this guy was no big deal. See, I know what I'm talking about. These guys aren't really that hard, right? It was a little touch and go there. I ain't gonna lie. I swear to God, we're gonna find Hammer eventually. All right, we're at 2 hours though. This might be a pretty good place to stop. Unless Hammer's in here right now. Nope. For the sake of mapping, we just mapped. All right, next save room, we're pulling a plug. Ooh, that was close. Why did I go there? Why did I do that? That's what I thought. Nope. This should feel familiar. Without sonar. Hey, there's the devil. Or a devil. Hey, there's a bunch of harpies. Alright. I missed a room or two. I already checked out of my game, so I suspended. I'll come back later. Alright, nice to meet you, Lizzie. We'll be back tomorrow around noon. We'll be playing Third Strike. Because that is kind of my thing. But nice meeting you. Good luck with the chores and such, the house cleaning and things. I don't know why they kept this guy's name as Malachi in this version of the game. I honestly don't. Favorite anime? Don't really watch a lot of anime anymore. Macross Plus was probably my favorite anime for a long time. You and I seem to be of similar age. You probably know what I'm talking about. Both Vampire Hunter Ds are good. I'm of that age. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, I wish I had a better answer for you. I just don't really watch a whole lot of anime these days. Not opposed to it. When I get the new Plus Blu-rays, $200. That is a lot of US dollars. Very good anime, but I don't know about 200 clams. Ooh, that was an impossible choice right there. 200 bucks. That is the definition of luxury item. Oh, fire! Yeah, I'm not messing with this guy right now either. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah. It was UE, if I recall. Big West wouldn't butt on a standard. Huh, interesting. That is interesting and weird. I shouldn't be surprised. Please die. Please die. Alright. No level up after all that? Oh my god, there's two of them. Back up. Oh, come on, man. I'm getting bed sores over here. Finish it up. Okay. Arikado. Nope. You know, I had a Yoko right there. She probably could have done the business on that thing, and I just didn't do anything about it. Oh. I think the save room is kind of far off. Yeah. Whoa, I should not have taken that hit. Or that one. Werewolves stink. Yeah, I can. Oh, there's another. Okay, this room is definitely not worth it. I know where I am. Those guys also definitely not worth it. Oh, I thought I clipped him. Yeah. There's a third one? There's a third one. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Phenomenal. All right, that's it. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Lizzie, nice to meet you. Love it. Last shot. Oni Ramen. Who else was here? Revenge, my dude. We'll see you guys tomorrow at noon. We'll be playing some Third Strike. I actually just played this for first time last September. It's a good one. It's one of the good ones. We'll be back tomorrow at noon Eastern for some fighting game stuff that you can watch me lose at. This was Dawn of Sorrow, Julius mode. We'll be back doing this probably on Friday to finish it up. Until then, take care.